Hey everybody, it's Michelle. How's everybody doing today? I'm going to be doing a new live, and I'm going to be doing a live with Walk With Me Tiffany. I'm going to be doing a new live, so I'm just putting my phone down. Hey House of X Entertainment, thank you for stopping by. I'm just waiting to see if anybody else shows up before I bring Tiffany up. How's everybody's day been so far? Hey Jaden, how are you? Welcome to the live. I know, I'm like sitting here, it's like all dolled up. Anybody has any plans for 4th of July tomorrow? Thank you, thank you. I'll do a little close up. It's my H Nirvana palette. I'm hoping to get the other one soon. Like I don't have enough palettes, but right here either thunder or rain because it is storming out here. So I'm hoping I have no problems with my internet. So that's what I'm hoping. I'm giving everybody a few minutes to see who comes in. Oh, my notification for my own live came up. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm waiting to see. I know I told Tiffany to come up in about 5 minutes to let her give me time to say hi to everybody. I know my last live, I do apologize to everybody. I didn't really get a chance to go ahead and, say hi to everybody and let everybody know that I was aware of them being in. I didn't want to be rude to the um, uh, Chris who I was interviewing, so I do apologize for that. So, no problem, Jaden. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. So as the questions go, after a couple of questions, then I'll go ahead and just stop everything and just say hi to everybody and try to put everybody up on the board to let them know that I am, or wave at them and say hi, silent hi as Tiffany's talking. So I'm waiting to see. Not yet. So. But yeah, we're only going to do something simple if it doesn't rain tomorrow because it's storming right now. Probably go ahead and just, I got like this little slip and slide. Hey, it's me, Watson. Yes, honey, thank you for stopping by. I went ahead and I just got like a slip and slide for my son, and thank you for sharing me out, and some like a kite and some other things. So we're probably going to do something just really low key out in the front yard and stuff like that. Maybe some of the other kids around the neighborhood will see my son playing and go ahead and I don't know, Jaden. Depends on what time we finish here. If anything, then we'll do a raid with to Artfully Blind Diana, unless anybody else is having a live that I know of. But I know Tiffany might know somebody else, if anybody else is having a live afterwards, so we could raid. So if nobody knows Tiffany from Walk With Me Tiffany, she is a very empowering woman. Um, she is not only a content creator on YouTube, but she also is an author. And I've been reading her book. about her life, and she's a very strong woman. So it will be an interesting interview with her today, and get to know a little bit more about her and the channel and everything that she's kind of like gone through in the last few years, I believe, from her obstacles that she's overcome, and then to find out more about her. So it's going to be fun. So, hey, Sam, thank you for coming in. Oh, England just won? Woohoo! I'm an Arsenal fan, so I could watch cricket. I watch football, which here in the States we call soccer, but I call it football because, the majority of the world calls it football. Soccer is football. So, hey, what can I say? I lived on a British island for a couple of years, and every single time I said, "Oh, soccer," and they'd be like, "Phew, no, it's not soccer, it's football." It's like, okay. So now I call it football, but I could watch cricket. I could also watch, oh my gosh, I haven't watched the other one for quite some time, but I can't watch long cricket games. I can only do the short cricket games, so. Woohoo! Yeah, I can watch soccer. Well, football. I'm talking to more Americans than anything else, so I'll say soccer. Hey, Barb's Country Home, thank you for stopping by. And if you know that, hi, Pete, thank you for coming by. I'm going to be interviewing Tiffaney from WalkWithMe.Tiffaney. She is an amazing woman. And we're going to not only, as I said before, she's a YouTube content creator, but she is also an author of an amazing book. So, and I've been reading her book. So I believe she's down in the basement. Now, I am going to apologize to anybody that is coming in. If I do not say individually hi to you, I don't want to interrupt Tiffaney as she's talking, but I will do a little wave at you and put your comment up on the little board. So this way, I know that you're here. And hopefully everybody will stick around after my questions that I have for her and go ahead and ask her questions. Like I said, she's had an interesting life. So also, I just want to remind everybody, I do have a giveaway that is up until July 19th. So make sure you go ahead and enter that. So let me see. I think she is down below. I'm going to bring her up. I think I did. Hey, Tiffaney, how are you?
Hey, you.
Thank you for coming by.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So I just let everybody know a little brief, not only are you a YouTube creator, you have your channel, but also author of a book. So I have here. So everybody's saying hi. And I guess my first question to you is, why did you start your channel?
Why did I start my channel? Well, the reason I started my channel was because after when I was diagnosed, I was sick and whatever. I was diagnosed with cancer. And I realized that I had so much that I wanted to tell, so much I wanted to say, so many stories to share. And I am one who loves to talk. I love talking to people. So I felt that I just had so much to share with the world and wanted to inspire people and encourage others to never give up. So I decided to start my YouTube channel.
Okay. So what is your channel mainly about?
Maybe, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, if somebody's never been to your channel, what is your channel mainly about?
It's about my life. Well, my kids are grown now, but it's about my life as a single mom, as a single parent. My testimony, my cancer journey, health. I do pranks. I do get ready with me. I do everything. Reactions, cooking. I do just about everything on my channel.
Yes, I've seen a bunch of your recipes. I'm like, ooh, try that.
I love cooking. I love cooking.
So I know that you have a book out,
Uh-huh.
which is right here, you guys, and hopefully somebody will drop that link down for me so this way everybody could get, um, get the book. It is very interesting.
Thank
Um,
you so much.
so I just want to touch on. I know the last hurdle that you've kind of like had is dealing with your cancer. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yes, well, I was diagnosed with cancer, I think it was like 2018.
Mm.
I had a total of 5 surgeries. And it was like one of the toughest experiences I've ever went through. So, and it cancer actually changed my life for the better. You know, I've always tried to be a good person, try to be kind and help out others, but it really made me look at life totally different. You know, like my life flashed before me, and it was, it was scary, but I made it. It changed my life for the better, I would say. Yeah.
They're saying they hear. You still hear feedback? If I move back a little, House of Entertainment is saying that I'm having feedback.
Oh yeah, I feedback.
I'm waiting to see. So you had found. I know that reading from your book, you had the lump on your back, um,
Mhm.
and then you went ahead and you had the biopsy done, and then you went ahead and it grew back again.
It's you said what? If you what?
That you had the lump in your back, and then they did a biopsy of that. They took it out, but they didn't do a biopsy. And then the second time you had the biopsy done.
Yes. So the first time it was just, they assumed it was just a little cyst and, oh, we're just going to cut it and drain it and pack it and you can be on your way. Well, they never sent it out for testing. So like a couple of months later, I still was having issues and I noticed that it got darker and bigger. And so I decided to push the issue to get it checked out. And yeah, when I and saw the surgeon. That's for my follow up after my second surgery. That's when I found out that it was cancer. Um,
So they did 5
uh,
procedures.
yeah.
Because the first time they didn't get all the edges, and so
Hmm.
they take more.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to go through 5. Now the fifth surgery was actually a hysterectomy because of my situation. Because when they did the full body PET scan, I won't tell the whole story. But when they did the PET scan, they did see some stuff, and so they recommended that I have a hysterectomy and just be done with it because of my history with cancer. So,
So, but you have been cancer free for how long now?
uh-huh. Well, they said 2019, I went into remission. So,
And so you
yes.
still have to go back every so often.
Yes, I just had an appointment, not well, so many. I've seen like two different doctors. So I just had an appointment a few weeks ago. Um, usually every 3 to 6 months, going for scans and labs. So
All right. So, and now I saw that in your book, you are, sorry, I'm trying to see where it's coming from. um, that you had genetic testing to make sure your kids are not um, going to get this because it's a rare cancer that you have.
yeah, that was actually the scariest part. Because I was thinking, oh my gosh, please don't let me, put like I felt like it was kind of like my fault. I know who I realize now, but when you're going through some stuff, sometimes you just don't think correctly or think properly. So I was just like beating myself up with it, and I was so scared. But and thankfully, they were negative, so they should be good to go. But with anybody, you still have to check yourself and watch your body. So yeah.
Okay. So
They couldn't
now,
really why I got it. It just happened. I was at small percentage, and just happened. I don't have any history of it or anything. It doesn't run in my family. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was just amazing how you had picked your to have your first surgery done.
My birthday?
To have your first surgery done.
Yeah. If you read more, well, you've read my book, but if anybody who hasn't, if you read more of my testimony, part two is gonna show you, is gonna tell a lot more. But I don't know, I just felt it. I knew that something was gonna be a big change in my life, and it was something. And so I followed my heart and I picked my birthday, and I felt like, that was the day that I was born, my born day. And I just felt like it just was a big thing for me. And I just knew that it was something. It was something. And it was something, but I made it. So, yeah.
No,
So I'm born again. So,
yes, you definitely were. You had a lot of support friends. I don't know why
thank God I did.
I'm trying to adjust my mic. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm hoping that it'll get a little better. Maybe. So I know that you were here. Well, I saw that you were in Fort Sam at here in San Antonio, and not that far from Fort Sam.
Yes. Well, I'm close to Fort Sam. I'm close to Fort Sam. Yes.
Yes, no. So you were as we call it, a military brat.
I did grow up on Fort Sam. That was, man, back in the days. I am a military brat. Yes.
Yes, military brats here in Texas.
Yes, it is a lot of them.
Yeah, it definitely is. Um, so I know that you had struggled a lot being as a single mom. I know that there was a bunch of incidents that you had as you were younger with your neighbor's son. Did you want to talk a little bit about that?
Um, I can tell a little bit about it. I'm not gonna tell the full story, but I will tell a little bit about it. Um, yeah. So when I was 12 years old, I was raped by a neighbor's son. He was actually in college, and that was actually another thing that was hard to deal with as I was growing up, and I held that secret in for years. So I'm 40, what, 43, 42, 43 now. I'm old, honey. But I held that secret in for like years. I never told anyone, and that's another reason why I decided to write my story and tell my testimony, because I felt like, I got tired of all that stuff like weighing me down and holding me down. And I just want to encourage people to don't be afraid to speak up. And, the more we speak up, the more we get like dirt bags like that off the streets. I don't care if you're a girl or you're a boy, man or woman, speak up and let's try to fight it together. Don't feel embarrassed. Like I had no reason to be embarrassed. So, yes.
Now you had a interesting life that you come over a lot of hurdles, and a lot of your faith in God and faith, and I know that in one of the passages that you had said that you kind of like were your electricity bill was coming up, you had $10 in your bank account, and you just said, you know what, I'm gonna put it in the hands of God, and let me, it'll be taken care of, and somebody came in and helped you out.
Yes, yes, yes. I'll never forget that. I was like, how can you not believe? Like, I respect anyone. That's your choice if you don't. But for me, with everything that I've been through, I know it's the only reason I'm still here is because of God. Like, I've been through some crazy stuff, and we all have, a lot of us have. But talking from me and my testimony, my journey, it's all because of God that I'm still here. So, yeah, it was a blessing. It was a blessing. And there's plenty other times things like that's happened. I'm like, oh my gosh. So
No, I think it's just amazing. I when I read that, I was just like, oh my gosh. was, and I was like, oh, good. And it's like I said, I was reading the book. The book, I, I have been enjoying reading it. I still have a few um, pages that I still have to read through, but I love the way that the book had flowed. And for everybody, this is what the book looks
Thank
like, and
you.
it's amazing. And I loved how big.
Oh, the word. Yeah, my family was like, yeah, you should make the words big because that way everybody can read it, you know. So, yeah.
I was like, yes, definitely. I need all my. I didn't need to be sitting here the whole time like this. How did you start? What put you on the process of writing your book?
What was I'm sorry.
What started? What was the process, or how did you decide to start making a book?
Um, well, just I don't okay, so I was going to school. I was actually going trying to go to nursing school. And the first day of class, the instructor said that she wanted us to tell us tell her our story. I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. Tell her our story, tell her our truth and about ourselves. And when I heard that, I was already like feeling kind of like heavy hearted at the time. And I was like, trying to think of a way that I could just release everything. And when I heard that, I was like, wow, I've hidden so many secrets all these years. And I was like, now is the best time to do that. No one's never asked me to do that. So when I heard her say that, I was like, wow. And just was like so emotional. And then having to present that to her or push the send button at the end was like really big for me because I put my whole life out there for her to read in the whole entire class. So it was scary. It was scary, but um, she doesn't know, but she inspired me so much. And that's why it's always kind, good to be nice to people or, because you never know someone's story or what they're going through. Because she was really, and she was one of the toughest instructors at the college. So, but yeah, that's what inspired me to tell my testimony and to finally release it. Yeah.
So how did he get from a project in school to becoming a book?
Um, well, as I was writing, I realized, gosh, it was, I still have so much that I want to tell. And like, I just felt like I wanted to just tell the whole world, like, just everything. Like, I wanted to share my story. And I just felt like it wasn't enough, like, for that one report. Like, I just felt like it wasn't enough. And my instructor came to me and she liked it so much. She was like, you need to write a book. You need to write a book. But I had put it on pause because I was sick at the time. So, that's when I decided to write my my story. Yeah, and make
I
it.
mean, was the paper that you had given her, is that what the whole book was about, or did you get help expanding it, making it more?
No, that was it, the wasn't the entire book. It was just some of it. But when I was sick because I had to put all that on pause, and I had to stop writing. I realized I was like, oh, I have so much I didn't even write. When she told me to write a book, I was like, okay, yeah, that's, I think I might do that. But of course, the report didn't cover not even half of it. But I got sick at the time, and then after, I just took off from there. I was like, wanted to tell all my story, my life, and that's how I just started writing myself. So, like, it took me some years because I just started that like around in 2017, I believe.
Okay.
I, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't even, I have problems writing like three, paragraphs or something. I mean,
Mhm.
how did you know, put everything together and not, I mean, how hard was it for you to write, a book?
It was actually a struggle. Like I realized from my first book all the mistakes that I made. It's an experience, and what I tell people is Yeah, I could have hired somebody to edit it, but you know what? I'm gonna be me and tell my story, and hopefully I got that across, and everybody understood what I was trying to put out or what I was trying to say. I didn't have the most money. I didn't have money to go out and pay someone to edit my book, so I had to do it myself. And the biggest part for me was just getting my story out there, and hopefully people, understood what I was saying, and hopefully I inspired people, and people could connect, and just wanting people to know, no matter what you go through, always keep your head up and never be embarrassed. I know a lot of people saying ask me, Tip, how can you put your whole story, your whole life story out there like that? And aren't you? And I would be embarrassed. Embarrassed of what? We're only here on this earth for a short time. And
Yeah.
most people I'm not going to even, meet, or probably won't even remember me when I'm gone. Well, they have the book now. So why be embarrassed? We all have stuff. Some people just choose to take theirs to their grave, and that's okay. But I just felt like I don't care anymore. I don't care. We're all human. And there's people that went through worse. We can all encourage each other and lift each other. And that's what I wanted to do to hopefully, if I can reach one person, then it's well worth it. So,
I know that Apostle Egger has a question. He's like, how would you advise a first-time author?
I would say take your time, first of all. Don't rush it, because at the end I started rushing it, rushing it, rushing it. And if you can afford an editor, which you don't have to have one, but if you can, get an editor. But just take your time and just do it chapter by chapter. If it's about your life or whatever it is, just do it chapter by chapter. The hardest part for me was actually because I wrote all the stories separately. Like whatever I thought of, oh, this I want to share. I want to share this, and I want to share this. Like there's stuff that I didn't even share that I forgot. I'm thinking of now. Oh, I should have shared this. The hardest part for me was piecing everything together. Um, but yeah, just take your time and do it the way you want to do it. Because everyone was constantly telling me, "Oh, you should do it this way. Oh no, you shouldn't do that. You should do this." And you know, from your book cover to everything, do you? It's your life. It's your story. Whatever it is, whether it's fiction or real, whatever. Do you and do what makes you happy. Somebody will like it, honey. Somebody out there will like it. So.
Yes, definitely. I love it. So,
Thank
uh,
you.
and Apostle Edgar had another question, and he said, "Did you ever get writer's block? If so, how did you get around?"
Yeah, several times. And when that happened, I just took a break, a mental break, and then I'll just pick back up later. So just because sometimes it gets overwhelming. That's all you can do really. Because if you rush it and you push it, push it, push it, then it's not gonna come out right. It's not gonna come out right. So you just gotta give your mind a break sometimes. Because it is people say, oh, I can do it, I can publish. Well, some people are good like that. I ain't one of those things. So it took me a while. I'm not that good at it, so I have to really take my time. But I would say take your time, and if your mind needs a break, take a break. So.
Me, I would have like 75 chapters.
Oh, 75 chapters is good.
Do you think you'll ever do another book?
I am currently working on part two. Part two is going to be something. um, yes, I am going to write another book, and I might do another one after that. So,
Okay.
yes. Mm-hmm.
That whole process, you found that your hidden talent is that you're a writer.
I've always loved writing, but see, I wish I had more confidence in myself when I was younger, because I always felt like I wasn't smart enough, and honey, you can do whatever you want to do, because if that was the case, I should have started writing a long time ago. I love writing poems. I love writing. I love even movies. I even at one point wanted to do movies, and I'm hoping that I can get in contact with the right person, because someone said, "Oh, you should do Lifetime movie." I was told to do on I can't even think of the name of it, Netflix. Want to see a documentary, so get in contact with the right people, and hopefully we can get that started. So we'll see.
That would be interesting. I think just as your first angel had said, you're gonna make a lot of good things are gonna be coming your way.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you. Thank you.
so
Thank you so much.
where do you see that your YouTube channel is gonna be going, or where do you want it to go?
I wanted to go. You know what? People can laugh all they want, but I want the sky is the limit. I want to be one of those ones that have millions of subscribers. And because, I want to, and the reason why I say that is because I want to help as many people I can and reach as many people as I can. So I see myself one day, even if I'm old with the cane, honey, I'm going to be still on YouTube. So encourage people.
This will be
Somebody.
for a very long time.
Yes, I'm going to be here, honey. 108. I'm still here, honey.
Are there new things that you want to do with your channel, or new segments or anything that you have coming up?
Yes, I've actually been talking to someone. I've been planning a few things. I want to do a talk show. And I want to start vlogging more, like vlogging. My sister's like, you need to get out, you need to start vlogging more and getting out there. I mean, like my kids are grown and gone now, so I'm like, I don't know what they want to see, but I really want to start getting out more, and that's one of my goals to start getting out, living life. My kids are grown, and just start doing me, doing what makes me happy for a chance. Not that raising my kids because they were besides not the best thing that's ever happened to me. They are such a blessing, and I thank God for them. But it's just time, it's time for me to start living my life and enjoying life for me, for my happiness. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, because you had
I had someone, I'm sorry.
some very rough.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes.
They were not easy.
Mhm. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Being a parent, period, whether you're single or you're married, it's tough.
Mhm.
It's tough, especially these days. Oh, Atlanta.
It would be interesting if you do a book on being a military wife.
You know what? That is a book that I'm actually currently working on. So my next chapter is going to be a lot about that, and I was talking to someone about that. Actually, it's going to be me and probably a few other people, um, military wives lives. So yes, I am
Yeah,
actually writing a book about that too.
my sister was in Fort Sam because her husband was military, and they're divorced now. But yeah, so
Mhm.
yeah, it's a very interesting group of ladies there because have to
Oh,
go.
it is the whole lifestyle, and there's so many untold stories. Like people being a military spouse and all the stuff I've seen and witnessed, it's different. It was a
Oh,
journey.
especially to go away. So
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Always. Like I think my ex-husband and I, he was deployed most of our marriage. So
oof, that was probably rough. I know being a single mom, it is rough, and I only got one. Never mind having more than one kid.
yeah. You said
I
you have one kid?
yeah. I mean, I just know how. I mean, you've done such a great job with the kids, and you brought
Oh,
yourself from, being a young mother to educating yourself and accomplishing everything that you've gotten to right now. I think it's amazing.
thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, it's quite hard being a single mom.
Yeah, it wasn't always bad times. I had a lot of good times, as you see in my book. But we had some. My kids were like my saviors. I'm telling you. They were like my little guardian angels, and it's so funny. They helped me more than they realized. So
Yeah. Now I feel the same way with my son.
yeah. Aw.
Going so. So I know that you do a lot of cooking on your channel. A lot of recipes that you do. What would say is was your best recipe, and what has been your most disastrous?
Oh my life. Okay, so my best recipe, I would say, I made this dish one time. What was it called? What was it? It was okay, so my worst dish was frog legs. Um no, it wasn't the frog legs, it was the chicken legs because I cooked them, you know, incorrectly. So that was my worst recipe. That was my first time ever cooking chicken feet or whatever they're called, chicken legs, chicken feet, chicken feet. It was a disaster. And my best recipe, I would say, what is my best recipe? I don't know. I guess like my kale soup is a good one. The kale soup. There was another recipe. I can't think of the name of it. But anyways, I did a few. Oh, my macaroni and cheese is another one. So
Oh, I love macaroni and cheese. I just can't
mhm.
make it.
You can't make it?
No,
Well,
it
you
never.
need to my video. Do that and let me see how it comes out. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna try. I might. Maybe I'll tape myself doing it. Show you
Yeah,
that I can't make it.
yes, yes. I would love to see that.
Me, I'm at most the worst baker. All my cookies and stuff, unless you eat them right away,
Mhm.
they're like cookies.
Really? I'm not a good baker either, so don't feel bad. Like I can cook anything, but except for baking, I'm not a great baker. Like please don't ask me to make a cake because it might not be. It might be a brick, or it's gonna be stuck in or something. So yeah.
So somebody had a question about any cooking books projects in the future.
I never thought about that, but I wouldn't mind if y'all want to get Salvin Bell. Well, I can't. Someone told me that I can't say I'm a Salvin Bell because I'm a military brat. I'm like, whatever. First of all, I was born in Gainesville, Florida, but I'm thinking about it. That's a good idea. I've never really thought about that. But if you guys want a cooking book, honey, I can whip up one.
Yeah, that would be. I know that you cook a lot with um sausage, like the ground sausage. Beef.
Oh yes, like my boyfriend gave me this recipe is with a chili, the ground Italian sausage. Oh my gosh, it was freaking amazing. So yes, I do cook a lot with that with my soups. I love my favorites are soups. I love making soups.
See,
So
I don't make a lot of soups, but I know with my I make when I make my meatballs, I
mhm.
do veal, sausage, and then ground beef. So that's how I make my meatballs.
Oh okay. Oh, did you post a video?
No, I haven't. I haven't attempted to.
You gotta post a video so I can steal your recipe and make it. Give a shout out. I'm gonna try your meatball.
Yeah, yep. It's an Italian meatball and lots of cheese.
Uh-huh. Oh, that sounds so good. Really?
Yeah,
Oh, and you're right here in Texas, so we might have to do a collaboration one day.
I know. I know. Me too.
And then I heard Shonda's Corner. Shout out to Shonda's Corner. I know she's probably not in here. Is moving to Texas, so that'd be so much fun. And there was somebody else too that was here.
Yeah, I know there's somebody else that's here. We have
Hmm.
to get together and meet up.
That'd be fun.
Uh,
That was Silly Mama for Life. I don't know if it was Silly Mama, somebody, but we were gonna have to get together and do like a hangout for a day and show them San Antonio too.
mm-hmm.
Yes.
I know. Well, I'm originally a New Yorker, so
Oh, you're from New York. That's why I'm trying to move. I love New York.
yeah. So only when you hear my call coffee,
Uh-huh.
uh, you know, I pause the TV. You know, my A's, and my O's.
I hear, I heard it. Well, I love it. Love it.
When I'm always on the phone with patients, I always have to tell my suite number for
Uh-huh.
that. And instead of saying, I always say 3B as in bird. They,
Uh-huh.
like, I'm not going to tell you boy because when I say boy, everybody's like, what's the boy?
Oh my
So,
goodness. I love your accent. I didn't even notice until you said something. Now I hear it.
yeah, just my A's, my O's.
I wish I had an accent. I do.
Mhm. But I've been here in San Antonio for a long time now. 18 years, I think now.
Wow. So this is like home for you.
I think even longer because when I'm going to be 50, I moved out here when I was 20.
You don't look 50. 50 is not old, but you don't look 50. You actually look younger than me, honey. Younger than me, honey.
Next month, I'll be 50 years old.
Congratulations. You look beautiful.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, I'm right there with you, so.
Yeah, you don't look your age at all either.
Oh, thank you. Thank
What would you say has been your big accomplishment in life?
My biggest accomplishment, what? I'm sorry.
Life.
In life. Oh, that's a hard question. My biggest accomplishment was, um, I would say, well, I have two things. One, raising my kids. Like I felt like, they're all doing good. They all have their own places and stayed out of trouble and got them through school. And so that would be my number one, raising my babies. Like I'm happy. And two, writing my book.
Yeah.
Getting my book out there.
Have your kids read your book?
No, but I think they've well, basically, yeah, because they've I was like, I always ask them, hey, do you think I should change this? Do you think I should change that? So they were constantly reading over it, reading through it, helping me. And it was, kind of crazy because they didn't know a lot of things that happened. So I remember my son dropping down as he read one of the stories in the book, and he was like tapping me on my shoulder, like, look, mom, like I didn't know, like he didn't know. So but yeah, my daughter, my son, they've read like most of my books. So yeah, you hear
Was
my daughter. Don't start. I
was
apologize.
to read,
What was that?
was it hard for you to read it?
Um, yeah, it was. It was hard for me to read it. I cried. I
Mm.
cried. It was tears of joy. It was just like a big um brick off my back.
Yeah.
It was a lot of weight lifted, and the sky's the limit. Like I'm living life, and part two is coming, but it was hard for me to read them. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would be kind of hard. So,
Yeah.
trying to figure out why I have so much feedback. Sorry, you guys. I'm like trying to fix this. Maybe if I change, now you still hear it. You go. Maybe it went. Can everybody hear me though? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Tiffany,
I
am
can
I
hear you.
muted? Oh, you
I I can hear you.
okay. So, Silly Mama for Life is asking, what are we doing for 4th of July?
She said, "What am I doing?" Hi, silly mama. What am I doing for the 4th of July?
Now I lost audio. Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay. She wanted to know what I was doing for the 4th of July. Silly mama, hello, my love. Nothing. Like I said, my kids are grown and older now. They have their own lives. And I don't really know anybody here in San Antonio. My family's in Florida, so nothing. I'll probably just sit on the back porch and just relax and see if I can see any fireworks. So nothing, just chilling home. Chill out with my dog. Yeah, my
Yeah,
New York, so he's a ways away. So I wish he was here, but he can't take it down.
I hadn't got a huge little slide, my son, and
Uh-huh.
then a kite. I got a frisbee that lights up and water guns.
Uh-huh.
we're going to be out in our front yard. Just playing.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Oh, I miss those days. Enjoy.
Yeah, something little, but it's something.
That here, if I go outside like that, then people be looking at me like I'm crazy. What is going on with her? But have fun and enjoy it. I miss those days. I do.
So, what has been one of the obstacles that you've overcome with being a YouTube creator?
The fear of just being on camera, the fear of being on camera, and the fear of expressing yourself, being yourself, and worrying about what other people think about you. And that's one thing I know I preach. Like, I really don't give a hootenanny anymore. You live life for you and be you. Don't worry about what people say. People are going to say good things. People are going to say bad things. You can't please everyone. At the end of the day, make yourself happy. Now, as long as you ain't out there acting a donkey and just being totally disrespectful, but no, people are going to say, mean things. Just block them, ignore them, At the end of the day, they don't pay your bill, none of your bills. They're not living your life. So live for you.
Hmm.
That was
So, what would you say the biggest change has been from your first video to your video now?
Oh, I think I was more innocent my first video. Like I look back at my first, I was like, oh, I miss myself. Well, because I felt like I don't know, I felt like I was like, from being a child to now adult, it's just so innocent and so, and I'm still a nice person, but I've also learned a lot more. I think back then I was like, I remember when I got my first thumbs down. Well, I cried. I stayed off YouTube for about 3 weeks. I was like, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, my kids were laughing. I was like, Mom, what do you think the big time YouTubers that have like 1,000 thumbs down, 900 thumbs down, like really it happens? And I was like all in my emotions. So it's good and bad. Like I liked it because I felt like more, but now actually I think I've become better because I know, to just take life as it is and keep it moving. Like who gives a hoot nanny? That's what I'm saying. Who gives a hoot nanny?
So, Mama for Life had asked, what made you move from Florida to Texas?
Well, actually, my dad joined the military when I was just a wee bitty newborn. So he's 17, 18 years old. He went off into the military. He did 30 years in the military. So we moved all over with him. And I got married right after high school. It's also a book too, so I'm not gonna tell the whole story because I don't want to tell the whole book. But um, and after I divorced, basically, my ex-husband was military as well. I decided to move. I was in Georgia. Left Georgia and came to Texas. So, yes. Thank you, Mama. Good to know you're here. I think she's here in Texas as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I believe she is. She says, yes, I'm very close to Tiffany. This is why I hope.
Yes, we have to all get together.
I know. Have our own little meet. Our get together.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
Yes, definitely. What the question that I have also, I know my little questions. Also, hi everybody that came in. If I missed saying hi to you, make sure you thumbs up the video. Also, go ahead and make sure you go visit Tiffaney at WalkWithMe.Tiffaney at her channel. And she's a very inspiring woman. She's accomplished so much. She's also an author and a YouTube. Make sure you go visit her. So I just want to say hi to everybody.
Thank you.
What would you say if, let's say, one of your kids decided that they wanted to be a YouTube creator? What would be your advice to them?
Just be yourself and don't worry about views and don't worry about what other people think about you. Just do you. And that's it. you. Do what makes you happy. So, yeah.
Would you tell them to stay away from it, or would you say that your experiences on YouTube or your journey?
It was a little broken. I could hardly hear you, but I wouldn't tell them to stay away from YouTube because I love YouTube. I have met some wonderful people on YouTube, and I mean all around the world. And it's been a blessing for me. Um, if of course if they weren't happy, you know, and it was always drama, I would tell them, yeah, maybe it's not for you, honey. Maybe you need to step back for a little bit and regroup. I would tell them if they love it, keep going, keep doing it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What has been your most embarrassing moment life?
What has been my, let me see. Well, I think one time my lash came off. Let me see. I couldn't get my, oh, I had did my first live and the microphone would not come. It took like the longest for the microphone to work or me to figure out how to work it, or it was just so many issues, technical issues. And I was like, oh my gosh, and I was so embarrassed. So those would probably be the embarrassing.
I know. Or like I'm having problems with my computer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm waiting for my computer to come in, which I'll be able to then do a nice backdrop.
Oh,
And
nice.
I think that has a good mic that he just got.
Oh, nice. That's what I need to work on next, like a back. But I want to start, you know, now that it's the summer, you know, it gets hot here in Texas, though. But I want to start doing stuff outdoors and vlogging more and just getting out, you know.
Yeah, I need
Well,
to do something interesting. I have something planned. So we'll see what.
we'll see.
So right now you are a nurse, or you are training to be a nurse?
No, I've never been a nurse. I went to school for my CMA certified medical assistant. Um, I did go to school for that, and I worked in my field. I've been working in medical field since I graduated high school. But I was going to nursing school, and then I had to drop out. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a nationally certified medical assistant too, and
Okay. Yeah, because
everybody.
CNA, CMA, I said, no, it's not the same as the CNA. Now they all work their butts off, but it's different. It's two different things. But we can do the same job, technically, kind of, sort of. So,
Because I've worked up on the floors as a medical assistant with the CNAs and same things.
yeah. Even though the schooling, I think, is different, because we work with a lot of needles and stuff. And because I didn't even know how to make a bed or anything when I started working as a CNA. So I was like, oh no. But I taught myself. I taught myself. I learned it as I went. But yeah. So I wanted to go to nursing school. I just after that, I just felt it wasn't what I wanted to do anymore. So
I'm getting on the verge of saying that I know I have to go.
mhm.
Son is now a little bit older, but I've been a medical assistant since I was 18. So, and at this point, do I want to start school again?
Mhm.
Too old. I don't want to be up on the floors. So,
Yeah, but you're not too old. You're not too old. You're still young. If you want to go to nursing school, go for it. Go for it. You're still
I know I've never been a fan of school. So, sorry, anybody who's younger going to school. Don't follow what I'm saying.
you're not too. And then you think like the next 2, 3 years, what are you going to be doing? You could have went to nursing school. So go for it. Go
I
for it.
know.
I mean, you're still working in medical field now. Why not go to school and do it? I
Yes.
think.
No. I've been inspired by your book, and who knows,
Oh,
I uh, might be saying, "Hey, I can come on you because I'm doing a test."
hey, we'll totally understand. If anybody loves and care for you, honey, they totally understand. We'll be waiting for you whenever you come back.
So, when you made your channel and you started, how did you evolve from like that first video that you did to now? What was your process, or was it just by getting new followers, new friends, and then you just started went to the cooking and then, you know, kind of things? Because your first videos were more of you talking and telling, you know, your story and, you know, the hurdles that you come over to going to what now you have.
Well, the first, okay, I think I got your question. But the first time, like I wasn't really planning on like doing collaborations or anything. I don't know, it was like more just me talking in front of the camera, just telling stories or doing like little subjects, in which I'm gonna actually start back doing that because I want to start a talk show. I got somebody that I really want to work with, trying to get a panel of people together, to start like a little talk show. And so I don't know, just after that, I started meeting. YouTube, it can be so much fun. I started meeting a lot of people. One person I met was the Keto Girl, and also TMR, Tasha Marie TMR. She's a big time YouTuber. Those two. I was actually on Tasha Marie's platform for the first time, and she wanted to interview me, and I was like, "What, me?" But I don't know, from meeting her and then to the Keto Girl introduced me to the love stream, and then I just started, started doing like more lives and just meeting more people, and it just spent off from there. My channel started growing, and it was never looked back.
Back.
Yeah.
Your million subscribers.
Oh, hopefully, if the Lord's willing. I hope so. I hope so.
What
Never
advice? What advice would you tell somebody who has a very young channel and trying to get their first 100 subscribers, and you know, with all the purges and everything that does happen, what would your advice be for them?
To be patient, and get out there and meet people, like advertise, put yourself out there. And don't be discouraged when you wake up the next day and YouTube has taken like 30, 40 people away from you, because it happens. It happened to me. I woke up and I know one day I had lost like 100 people, no lie, like they purged. And it happens. Don't keep it going, because if you stop, you're never going to reach your goals. So never give up. It's hard for everybody. Even, us monetized now, it's still hard, because I've been at 1,400 for a while. I'm trying to get to 2K. So it's hard. You just got to keep it moving and don't be discouraged. So work hard. Unfortunately, we have to work hard for what we want, some of us anyways. And I'm one of those ones. You just have to work for it. Go get what you want. Set your mind to it and go get it, honey.
Yes, when I first started, I thought, oh, well, just video and that's it. It's a lot more involvement. Yeah. It's more complicated than anybody realized.
Yeah, so sometimes you have all night, like I'll edit, you might get like 30 views, 20 views, but you just gotta keep it going, keep it going. It'll grow eventually. Don't let it discourage you. It's hard. It's life.
So what would you say is your during the live chat? Like I see, I find sometimes keep up with everything. How do you keep up with the chat, the conversation that's going on in the chat? But if you're chatting with anybody else?
Chat, how do I keep up with the chat? It was broken with the chat and with what else?
You have somebody up on your channel and you're talking to them. How do you keep up with both things?
Oh, well, I have a good thing is moderators. I have some great moderators, and they'll remind me, honey, Buddha, Watson, Leo, Mr. Nita, all of them. Janetta's corner, they'll say, hey, Tiff, someone said such and such. So people remind me, because it's hard to keep up with the chat. I don't really have a lot of people on my panel. I want to start doing that because I really, like I said, I wanted to start my little talk show. I'm just trying to get a group of people together. But just the best because you're gonna miss people sometimes. Sometimes people, they get a little agitated when you don't see them, but just be patient. Just do what you can do. I just try to just keep checking your chat. It's good too if you have like a laptop and then you have your cell phone. That way you can, scroll through and keep checking your messages. But that's it. You just try to do the best you can. Yeah, and I'm that's bad at that because I'll be in a line with nobody on my panel, and I'm like 10 minutes behind. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. Like Buddha tell me, Leo, all them. They're like, hey Tip, you're like, wait, DOD tell me you're 20 minutes behind on my boyfriend and text me, hey baby, get caught up. So it's crazy. I'm bad. I'm like the worst person to ask that. So then you have to scroll all the way down to the bottom, skip over stuff just to get caught up. So by the time I get to the person that's just passing through, they've been in there for like 10 minutes, they're gone already. By the time I get to the comment, oh, they're gone. I'm so sorry. So
I know Vern's from Vern's Junk because they think I'm my last one. People were coming in and we were talking, and I didn't want to stop the conversation with my guests, but all these people came in, and I was just like, okay, do I interrupt the guests? And she's like, just take breaks between, tell them what you're talking about and stuff. And I did like a little comment at the beginning saying, I'll wait.
yeah. And then that's another thing too, where your moderators come in, like you did, you posted in the chat and just let them know, hey, listen, no, I'm good. But your moderators help out a lot too, talking in. And I've seen a lot of other chats too. People will say, hey, how are you doing? Because I was in a live today actually, and someone was a little agitated because the host didn't speak. But they was like, he just no, he'll get to you, he's just talking right now. We apologize. And they spoke to him and he was all good with it. So you just do your best. That's all you can. People understand them.
Have you ever had anybody in your chat that you had that was very rude?
Oh yeah. Some people be coming in there acting a donkey, acting silly. So I've had some people blocked and people being disrespectful. So it's gonna happen. Yeah, it happens.
I know, because I haven't had a troll yet. I said I'll be big my first troll.
Oh yeah, sometimes I play with them, like, okay, really? But I've had some people say some mean stuff, so it happens. I know the first time I was like, I was in my feelings crying, but now, honey, whatever. It doesn't bother me anymore, You're gonna get thumbs down, people are gonna say rude stuff, and just life, unfortunately.
Yeah. That you just ignore, just on going and just enjoy yourself.
You'll hardly ever see me addressing like thumbs down. Who gives a hoot nanny? Look, thank you for rating me, honey. First of all, because you get paid for it either way it go. And you want to let people be them. If they don't like it, they want a thumbs down. Let them thumbs it down. Who gives a hoot nanny? Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I don't do that because I just don't like. If I don't like the videos, then I just won't watch it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go thumbs you down, but everyone's entitled to do what they want. So I just try not to let stuff like that get to me. We got too many other battles in life to worry about besides, someone gave me a thumbs down.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. No, if you don't like the video, then don't watch it, and then keep on going and watch something that's more entertaining for you, more fits your, your.
I think you shouldn't see. You do when you know that the thumbs down. You let people know that the thumbs down bother you when you make a ruckus about it. Like, no, I'm not going to make a ruckus about it. If they gave me a thumbs down, then so be it. It won't be the first one, and it's not the last one. So, you just keep it moving. Not everybody is gonna be for you or like you or love you. So,
it's life. Not everybody's not your cup of tea. So.
Exactly. So they have a right to thumbs down. Who gives a hoot? Blessing is though they rate me. They giving you that view. So
Yeah.
Right. So thank you for that. You know, what else can you guys talk about a thumbs down?
I had somebody said they keep their trolls in unless they become really verbal or they become more abusive. They will
Yeah,
go ahead and keep them in because it counts as a watch.
yeah, it does. That's why, like, a lot of times I won't block them unless they're like being like disrespectful, like saying some crazy stuff. Then I have them blocked. But for the most part, let's rumble. Rumble. Hey, give us a good laugh. Just don't get too crazy with it.
Oh, we're getting a raid from Janetti's Corner, I believe.
Oh, yay!
Welcome, everybody. I'm interviewing Tiffany from WalkWithMe.Tiffaney, and she is another YouTube creator, and she is also an author of an amazing book. So,
Oh, thank you so much. Jeanette's Corner, hello. I'm sure Chris is going to come in too. Um, Chris, what's up?
I saw Chris earlier, so I think he was going back and forth.
Huh?
Chris was in earlier, but I think he's going back and forth.
Oh, okay, Chris is here. Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, thank you for the raid, beautiful.
Thank you for the raid. My mic sounds terrible, everybody. I apologize.
Well, at least you got it. I don't have a mic, so do you have like a real mic or is it like from your phone or?
Yeah, I'm on my phone because my computer is in the shop. I'm waiting for it to come back.
Okay.
My son,
See what?
he cracked the screen.
Okay. Well, it's getting the job done though, so.
I know. Now it's oh. He's like so much feedback. I'm trying not to feedback. I'm like, oh. So, what would you? I have so many questions. Like I said, I don't want to give away the book. So, like, so I'm trying to let me ask this question, let me not ask that question. Um, so right now you're in a relationship.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
How have you been in a relationship?
You said how has it been?
How long have you been in a relationship?
Shucks. It's been over a year already. Yeah, over a year. Shucks. Probably going on like 2 years. So it's been over a year.
All right. So he's a good man.
He is an amazing man. An amazing man. So.
Do you kids like him?
Yes. They like him a lot. Like my sister knows him. My nieces. The only hard part is that he lives in New York, so it's kind of like the distance is, what's getting us right now. So it's hard.
Oh
But I
yeah.
love him. I love him.
I know that long distance relationship. When I first met my husband, he was in Cayman Islands and I was here.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
So
Wow. Okay, so I shouldn't complain then. Oh my goodness.
it works out. I think those are the best relationships just because of the fact that a physical aspect of relationship is very good, but communication is the best thing. And when you're so far apart, you have to build up your communication skills with somebody who is further away.
Yes, that is so true. I think that was the best part about our relationship is that, we had no choice but to get to know each other like that first and communicate and it's gonna work out though. Everything is good and I love him. I really love him. I love him a lot. So he
And
is
like
amazing. Yes.
they say, absence makes the grow fonder. So when we would get together, it's like, oh my gosh, yay!
Yes, that's true. That's true. The
Yeah.
connection is amazing when you do see each other. So.
I gotta say that was one of my best relationships. Where I mean, he's my ex-husband now. He communicated so well.
Mhm.
Any relationship I had because of that distance, and I just think that's what made it so like going from like a level 5 to a level 10 kind of fight.
Yes. And I believe once we're like together, I believe that there's nothing going to be able to pull us apart. Like the connection is just going to be, it's amazing now. Like I love it. It's been challenges, but I love him. I really do. He is amazing. I'm not going to cry, but he is like a blessing. And I'm praying, all I can do is just pray that we get together, like we can stay together. So God is good.
Oh,
We'll see. Yeah.
just think you got a little bit of a bonus now because you get your freedom
Yeah.
also in that relationship.
Yeah. That's true. True.
Like you don't have to tell somebody you go to the store or you get your nails or something. You just go
Yeah.
and do.
Yeah, that's true. But I'd rather be next to him. He's amazing. Like he is
Yeah.
so awesome. Yeah, I miss him. It's hard. It's so hard because we haven't seen each other in like almost a year already. So it's like, oh my God, like we're
Oh,
going up on there. So it's hard, but it's in God's hands. So
yep. No, definitely is. I've like I said, your book. Yes, you have to. You just gotta let it go, and whatever will be, will be.
yeah, that's true. That is so true.
Yeah. No, it definitely. You just have to just go with the flow, kind of like.
That's all we can do because you might write a chapter out and then have to erase it because it'll turn out totally different than what you expected or thought. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah.
Anybody have any questions for Tiffany? Either about her book, about the channel, about anything that you want to ask her, because she's here and we'll put her on the spot.
Ask now or forever hold your peace. Or that's what it goes. Whatever.
So, I mean, I have to say that I've met some very amazing people on YouTube, like you said, from different cultures, different countries, just some amazing people.
Yeah. Yes. That's one of the fun things about YouTube. Just and meeting people from all over the world and the connection and the love and support and friendship. Like it's amazing. It is so amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Hmm. I just so
We're
good.
like family. We become like family. It's so funny.
I tell everybody, 'cause everybody's like, oh, well, they look at my channel and they're like, oh, she's a beauty channel. And it's like,
Mhm.
I have to say that I am not that I'm not a lot of friends with a lot of the beauty community, but I think
Uh-huh.
there's a lot of drama in the beauty community. So I kind of like stay away from the beauty community.
Because I was talking about you before I got online. I was like, no, baby, I gotta do my makeup. I gotta do something. I need to do something different. But I was like, no, I can't do nothing different because they don't want me looking crazy. Because you understand, she is a makeup person, so I know she's gonna bring it. And you brought it, honey. You look beautiful. And I was like, I gotta have myself together. I gotta do my. It took me like 5 hours to do the same look that I do every day. So I'm like, usually it takes me like a second, but today it took me like 5 hours to do it for you. I was like, oh my gosh, no, I gotta put more. I gotta put more. But you look beautiful. You're awesome, and I'm gonna have to watch some of your videos. Like I want to learn some new looks and how to shadow and put the colors on. I want to learn so much. So you're
I
awesome.
thank you. Once I get my computer, I'll be able to do some more looks and stuff. I think
Uh-huh.
right now the ones that I've done take so long because I can't edit them on my phone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. I
And
only have two colors that I wear. This one, and then I do a purple every once in a while. I don't know how to do none of this stuff, but I'm gonna learn. When you get your stuff together, I'm gonna be watching. So you're awesome. You look beautiful. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Oh, I like that. See, you would have to show me how to do the colors and stuff because I wouldn't even know like what colors go with what.
There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's makeup. You're an artist, and whatever you feel looks good on you, there's no wrong or right way to do something. You know, somebody might like it all dark and smudged, and somebody might just like to wear, you know, it, it's all pretty.
Yeah.
I believe Silly Mama for Life says, what is the biggest leap of faith you took in your life that you made?
What is I think I heard, what is a leap of faith? Silly mom is awesome. What is a leap of faith? That's what it was announced. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what is the biggest leap of faith you took in your life that you made?
Um, the biggest leap of faith I took in my life. That was two things I'm gonna say. I know it's always more than one. Tiffany can't keep it together. Um, Putting my testimony out there, sharing that I was raped as a child, like I didn't care what nobody else thought. And the second thing was, I had it in my head, I can't think now. Um, yeah, I was just writing my book, and when I I really don't want to say when I took my to New York, it was like a big leap of faith. Like I just did it. Like I haven't been able to travel, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to New York and Hawaii, and I'm just gonna and put that mask on my face, and I just did it. So writing my book, getting my testimony out there, and then that. Another big thing I'm gonna say, I know I'm so sorry, I got like three, was actually walking away from my marriage. That was actually a huge thing that I did. So
Yeah.
um, that will probably be like one of the biggest as well. Like just because you're always worried about what other people are gonna think and judging. There was so much that was going on, so many untold stories that I've told people. I said, you think part one, wait till part two comes out. So it's not all bad stuff. Like I have funny stories too, but part two I think is gonna take me a little longer to write because it was also a tough uh, journey for me. So.
Oh no. Like I said, I enjoy this so much. And not meaning enjoy because, other stuff, but the way that it was laid out, uh, the at the end of your chapters, some of the little quotes or that you kind of like did at the end, I found it different and unique, and I enjoyed it very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Some
I like,
people thought it was kind of weird, like, oh, it's kind of weird, or the way I ended the chapters, but I did that for a reason because it's and into the book part two and the close side. People were telling me, yo, people are not gonna. That's not the way you write a book. But you can write a book however you want to write it. And I was like, that's the thing. I'm not telling your story. I'm not trying to do this to please you. I'm telling my story and how I talk. So I wanted to keep it as authentic or me as much as possible. Like the way I talk, like I'm not ghetto, but I am country. And there's military brats that are country, honey. I'm country. I'm from Gainesville, Florida, honey. Um, and I just wanted to be me, like food nanny, buttered baked beans, sugar, honey. Like I said, I want to use my words, So I try to keep it me as much as possible, my quotes and my sayings. So
now, that's what I found. So it was easy to read. I got to know about you. You told a story, but you didn't, make it that it was a very depressing book. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Made it that it inspiring. You could accomplish things. You know, life could be so many curveballs, but you got to just keep on going. Like you said, you smile and hello to everybody, and it's just like, it's just like you have to have that positive attitude.
Yes, got to. Got to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when you come across, what would you say as a survivor? If you met somebody who was going through it, what would be your advice to them?
Well, actually, I know a few people that's going through it. Actually, the G family. I don't know her personally, but we've talked, chatted back and forth. And actually, one of my good friends. I don't know if she's watching now. I'm not gonna cry, but she actually has cancer, and she's not gonna make it. She's already on hospice. So the best thing I can say is, another one was also Shanta's Corner too. She didn't have cancer, but she went through, her little scare. Just to, if you believe, give your baton to God and just pray and try to stay as calm as you can and never give up. Never ever give up, till the day you die. Um, and that's one thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fight till the day I die. And I recommend you just stay calm, because the scariest part too is also waiting for results, the unknown. Um, it's scary, and you think it can always be worse, like you think. But my friend, she's at peace. Like, I went to her crying, and I was just bawling my eyes out, but she didn't cry not one time. She's happy. She had, enjoys her life, has enjoyed her life, and she's at peace with it. We're not going to be here long. None of us are going to be on this earth long. We're only here for a small time. And like I always say, some of us have more days behind us than we do ahead. We never know it. Even if it's a little child, we don't know when our last breath is going to be. So just try to stay as calm as you can, and give your baton to God, because stress will kill you. And the only thing I wish I could change when I went back. And I don't hate that I had cancer, because if people hate to say the C word, but it is what it is. It doesn't make me. It made me stronger. I believe. But it's my testimony. But just try to do your best, and live your best. One thing I wish I could have did was not stress as much. Because God is good. Whether you believe or not, whatever you believe in, honey, whether you do or not, the thing is, you still need to remain calm, because, like I say, stress can kill you, and just take it day by day. You know, as it's not a death sentence, always. And we're all gonna leave this earth one day. So yeah.
No, I've seen a lot of people in the medical field, and because I am in the medical field, um, I was on the floor with the um, gyn oncology side, and
Okay.
made very good friends with a lot of women who were, as I call them, repeat offenders up on the floor because of either stuff, and made some very good connections and friends, and very strong going through that situation. And I do see, like you said, your initial shock, denial, um, you know, the fight, and then sometimes, unfortunately, the acceptance of, me enjoy myself, let me enjoy life, what I need to do, and it's not in my hands.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you gotta think, with the technology and medicine is amazing now these days. So the biggest thing is catching stuff at the beginning, and just go for because if you ignore, like, there's some people who don't get checkups or whatever. If you ignore, then it's not gonna get better. You're just making it harder for yourself. Just love yourself, take care of your body, and try to live a stress-free life. Don't ignore it, because you bring more problems than you know. But just enjoy life. Enjoy life.
No, definitely is. And when people do say that, you have something's unusual, something's weird on your body, go see your doctor about it. You know,
Yes, when in doubt, get checked out. I always say that. Yes, because
yeah.
we are not physicians,
Yep.
and you know Don't try to self-diagnose yourself, honey, because listen, everybody was laughing, thought I had a little pimple. Oh, just a little pimple. Get laughing. At first I started laughing. I was like, okay. So I started laughing too. But it was, if I wouldn't have pushed it, this could have been a whole different story. I wouldn't have been able to tell my story. So, um, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. I don't care what it is. It ain't got to be cancer, whatever it is, anything. High blood pressure. High blood pressure can kill you. Get yourself together. Get yourself, take care of yourself. Who can take care of you more better than you? You know?
Yep, I tell patients that nothing is silly.
Mm-hmm.
Ask nothing is silly. No doctors laugh at you.
Yeah. Yeah. And all the people that's come in, and a lot, like you say, a lot of them are repeaters, and they come in, they're getting foots chopped off, and you don't listen, you diabetic, you go and eat whatever and think that you're untouchable. Like, no, okay, now you take care of yourself. It starts, and a lot of it does start with what we put in our mouth. That's another thing I need to work on too, because with the high blood pressure, but we just gotta take care of ourselves and take life enjoy life, but take your health seriously.
No, definitely so. Definitely so. Early protection, everything's there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of that. So,
Yeah.
women mammograms have to be checked themselves too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just had my mammogram. I'm waiting on the results. So I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my, it's always something. But that's a part of life. We got to take care of ourselves. Got to.
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely so. Technology medicine has advanced so much in years from my aunt had we have a dual mastectomy to now,
Wow.
they put implants in, and there's just so many different things now that they could do versus years ago.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
What is Buddha? He told me to come back 6 and out here the X-rays anything. So what's going on, Buddha? Buddha is just saying that he's had a whole bunch of X-rays, a whole bunch of.
To God and live my days to the fullest. That's right. You can't stress over it. I mean, you go in for your checkups and live live life, live take in every moment. That's what I say. People laugh at me, but now listen, I notice everything. The trees, the butterflies. Well, I always know the butterflies. Y'all know I'm terrified of butterflies, ladybugs, and everything else. But I take in everything, even the clouds. Like sometimes I sit on my back. I know you saw my video, but I take in everything. Like I'll sit out there and just look at the clouds and look at the moon and just take in every second. Smell the flowers. Like it's little things to take for granted. Like when I wasn't able to lay down for a while. I was talking to a gentleman at work, and he was telling me about his back surgery. When I was telling him about my back surgery, he could connect because we both lay down for like a month. Like we had to sit up sleeping, and it was the hardest thing. And it was painful. It was painful. And he showed me pictures, and I was like, wow, I got chills because I could, just encouraging each other. Like it was the little things we take for granted, like being able to lay our head down, being able to lay down. I don't care if it was on the floor. I wish that I couldn't have laid down without pain. I would have laid on the floor, honey, if it was. But but we all go through things for a reason. Like I said, made me stronger, made me look at life even, much more differently now, even though I've always tried to be humble. But, it's my testimony and I don't regret that I went through any of it. It's life, it's life. We're all gonna go through it. We're all gonna go through something in life. So
Believe me, I've had 32 surgeries.
oh my Atlanta. Yeah, well, yeah. Maybe I need to be interviewing you, honey. You need to write a book.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And look at you still smiling. See, that's a blessing.
Yep, you just gotta. Life happens. You just gotta keep on going.
Yes, we do. Gotta push, keep moving forward. And I want to try to help as many people as I can. Like I said, I wanted to start a foundation to help out people that's going through cancer or fighting for cancer, like the G family, having to raise money each month for her chemo treatment. And we all know she needs that to live, to fight that horrible disease. But we're worried about bills and we're worried about, being able to keep a roof over our head. I still got medical bills coming in now, still from my procedures, my X-rays. I still have to go to lab work and X-rays and medications and stuff, and not just me. Just imagine what she's going through, and she's still, at stage 3 cancer. I'm in remission, so just imagine how she's feeling right now. So it's tough. It's tough. And I don't think anybody should have to worry about that. So that's really what I want to push to do. If the Lord's willing, if I can get where I can help more people, I'm telling you, that's what makes me happy, helping others. That really is helping others and talking some sense into people. Honey, listen, life is too short to be upset all the time. Enjoy life. Just don't act a donkey. And let's help each other out. Help and love each other. Because you never know when it's going to be you. Because I never thought. I'm like you. Since I graduated high school, I've been in the medical field. I went straight for my CMA, working in the medical field my entire life, helping, seeing people take their last breath, dead in bodies. Like I've done it all. Tagging, vitals, labs, everything, helping people that's sick, throwing up surgery, everything. We've done it all. But when it's you going through and you have being the one that needs help, it's totally different. Like I never saw it. I always knew that I knew that I would get cancer one day. I know it's weird. Read my book. Next part 2. Read my book. But I never knew it was going to be so soon. So, but
No,
it was,
I think that's the worst part about medicine, and somebody's going through something that is cancer. I mean, somebody shouldn't have to worry about their bills.
yeah.
Bills. They're fighting a fight, and they shouldn't worry. They should make a fund for patients. I know there's different types of illnesses, but I think that's one that it's a big fight right there.
Yeah. Like one of my friends is, needs to have a biopsy. Like I think it's crazy that, all the hoops you have to jump through. And there's programs out there that help. But if you don't have medical insurance or whatever, but then they make you jump through all these hoops. Listen, this could take a take a life. Like you never know. Can you do a biopsy? Like I don't know. I just wish that things were different. I know they aren't because the world. A lot of the world is about money. Like it's about money. You know. But my goal is to help as many people as I could. Because if I had the money right now, I would just pay for the biopsy. I would pay for it. Like, if I had it, I would take it out of my pocket and pay for her biopsy. Like, there should be. She shouldn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Pay for the family's chemo. If I had it, honey, she wouldn't have to worry about none of her chemo. I would pay for it.
Now you have to update on that. So, is that something that I definitely would to promote and kind of like like this person this month, or kind of like, because I do know that having to worry about those puts a big stress on you, and you're supposed to just be healing and getting over things. So.
Yeah. It's the medical field. You already know it's but it was such a blessing. Like I still work in the medical field. I just do like more. I'm admin now. I'm not on the floor anymore, but I've done it since I graduated high school. So all the way up until I got sick. Like I was working the floor, doing that, helping people, and it does take a toll on you. But I met so many wonderful people though, and some of the experiences weren't all peaches and cream, but I enjoyed helping people, and it was a blessed experience. It humbled me, and then to actually, how it is now being patient. You've had what 30-something surgery. So honey, I know you know. But it just made you when the shoe was on the other foot, it was like, oh wow, like I connected you. I was always a helpful person and love helping people. That's how you can't be in the medical field and not like helping people. But when it was actually my like me, it was so different. You know, I connected more with like with patients when my kids had to help me to the restroom. My mom and my dad like to wipe me. You know, I'm like, wow, you know, it just I don't know, it just was a connection. Because sometimes people don't really realize until they went through it. So, but yeah, I
I
was so embarrassed. I'm like, no, I'm used to like you know people. I wasn't used to. It was just crazy, but it was a blessing. I made it. We made it.
it becomes a real humbling experience when you have to go through something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do find that being on our end of taking care of the patients and stuff, I do find that you have to be not made out of stone, but you can't wear your feelings on your sleeves, as they say. I think I've only had maybe about 3 patients that I had gotten to know them, and then I was in tears along with them. And you have to try to not do that because you're supposed to be encouraging for them, not. And
Yeah.
I found that it was kind of hard sometimes, especially in the beginning.
It is. Like I had a patient that became, you know, come on, try to get a minute just so they can see you and talk to you because they become like family. But I had a patient that says that he didn't want to. They told him that he was going to die. He didn't want to die at home. I want to die here at the hospital with you. You guys are like my family, and it was just like, oh my gosh, it was the hardest thing ever. But it's hard trying to not, try not to make a connection, but especially the ones that are regular, they're always in and out, in and out. But it's been several that we've lost and that I just broke down crying. Like you can't do it at work, but you go in the restroom and it's tough. It's tough because you do. We're at the end of the day, we're human. We're
Yeah.
human. You gotta be tough. You do. But honey, I know I went in that bathroom and cried like no other. So it's hard.
No, it is hard. People think, oh, it's so easy, but no. I think us in the medical field, we have to have that stone
Mhm.
on to a certain point because if not, it'll eat you alive.
Yes, and I remember the first time that I had grown this connection with one of my patients, and I had to actually go in there and clean them up. And I was just like, oh my gosh, oh my land. So that was my very first time ever having to do that. And it was tough. It was tough. But after a while, I don't want to say you get used to it. Um, I don't even know how to say it the proper way, but you just gotta keep going and stay strong for the family because the family's already taking it hard. So can't have you in the family and they're breaking down. So
Mhm. No, I mean, I, 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 I don't. Like I said, I think patients don't think that we do understand. We just have to be that tough cookie kind of like things and okay, let's get this done. You got to do this. I mean, my patients will have their feet, surgery, and they're like, oh, you me. It's like, no, I'm doing it for good. You have to get up, heal up, get you out of here. But in a good.
yeah. It's funny though, I've had some people come actually to my platform that they found out that I was a YouTuber. I had one person come into a live not too long ago, like a couple of weeks ago, and it said, hey, hey Tiff, how are you doing? I want to say hi, thank you so much. You took care of my mom. And I was like, what? I said, their mom was actually one of my patients. And I was like, oh, okay, but they were cool with me. So I was like, that's a blessing. It's good to, and it's a small world too. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. It's one that likes me, so that's good. But yeah, you took care of my mom. I was like, oh, it's such a blessing. It made me feel good. So,
Oh yeah, definitely. I bumped into a patient who she saw me at a gas station. She was, oh my gosh, it's you. care of me. You were just helping me out so much. And it was just like, oh my God, I was so touched by that. I was just like, oh my God,
Aw.
I remembered you.
Yeah, it makes you feel so good. That's a blessing. That's
Mm,
a blessing. And see that's the best part about it, knowing that you can people and she remembered you because you were good to her. So that's a good thing. Always
no,
treat people the way you want to be treated because you never know. It might be that same person that might have to save your life one day. You never know. Never
mm,
know.
now makes really good friends. And I think that's why, I mean, like you started the channel. I think I started my channel more for the fact that I thought, well, maybe I could help somebody talk or, didn't know where my channel was going to go at that point. I'm involved in something else than what I thought it was going to be.
Wow.
And it's just
Well,
like, I always,
That's awesome. If y'all
well,
don't have her, please grab her. Please grab her. She's awesome.
thank you, thank you. No, I mean, I just love talking to everybody. I love, we joke in our family that us Rosen women talk about a fly for an hour.
Talk about a who?
A fly going by.
Oh, I was swinging up here earlier. It's fly season now. I've been seeing a lot of horse flies this season. And they also said, I know I'm getting off subject. Anybody in Texas, and they named a few other states that, we have tarantulas here, but they said this year is going to be really bad. So that if you wake up and see a tarantula on your arm or in your bed, don't be surprised. I was like, oh, my lantern. Now, y'all know I'm going to flip the neighbors. I'm going to be sitting in the neighbor's bed underneath. Like, I will be through the floor. Like, really? Let me not find out. Wake up and find a tarantula on me because I'm telling you, big everything. 911 will be here because they will have to come in. It will be over.
I saw your Instagram. How long were you in the car?
Ooh, I waited them out for about maybe 2 or 3 hours. Um, they weren't trying to go nowhere. Honey. They looking at me like I'm in the wrong, busting up against my window. I'm like, listen, you're not getting in this car. Like, they were everywhere. It was so bad. It was like, oh my God. You saw the video. It was so many. Now, had it been like one or two, I could probably run in, my big butt ran inside the house, but there was no getting through them. Like, there was just too many. I was like, oh no, I can't take them. I'm out to stay put. So I started to call 911, but I was told if I call 911 again for that, then they might have to charge me, honey. So I was like, okay, I can't call 911. And animal control was closed, so I'm like, oh my gosh, really? It should always be someone at animal control. Like they need to be like 911. Like seriously?
I remember when I first moved out, I guess it was a bad weather beforehand. There were so many crickets. The
Oh,
whole street was moving, like it was moving, but it was crickets.
I was
Oh
passed
God.
out. I'm afraid of crickets. Oh my God. And they get to hopping? Oh no.
I sat there in my car and people thought I was crazy because I was doing this. Because I was trying to kill all of them, trying to get out of the car.
That would have been me. That would have been me. I would have been driving back and forth, back and forth. Oh my God. I'm telling you, you're awesome. Oh no,
Uh,
I can't do it.
so I feel you. I don't like butterflies. I hate bees because I don't like the buzzing sound of bees.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
I don't mind snakes and spiders.
What? Oh, so you would have King Charles that my son had. I don't like spiders. I don't like. I think the only things that they're disgusting, flies and mosquitoes. I hate both of them, but I'm not afraid of them. I will kill them. But everything else, ladybugs, I'm afraid of. Moths, butterflies, basically anything with breath, honey. Anything that breathes. Fish, I don't like fish. I'm terrified of fish. Everything, everything. Basically.
Then don't go to Cayman because when I was my first adventure with the fish, because
Mhm.
they match and you can see because the water is so clear. I
Uh-huh.
put my with the snorkel down and the water only be up to my knees, and I
Uh-huh.
was screaming through the snorkel, Get away from me, get away from me, fish.
Oh my goodness. I would have been going crazy. Oh no.
Oh yeah. Now you can they come at you and then they go away. But I mean, yeah, it took me quite a long time to enjoy the water in Cayman because I'd rather it be like dark and dirty, like sorry I'm from New York, but the water is green in New York. I don't want to see what's coming at me, okay? So, no, so if they were probably fish in the water too, but I didn't see them, so they didn't scare me. So
Oh really? Well, I don't know what's worse. I don't know. I think I would rather see because I'm terrified. So that's why I don't get in water because especially if I can't see because the unknown is just maybe it's better that way, but I don't know which one's worse. Seeing because I'm tracking the donkey. Yes.
I'm trying to get better,
Mhm.
son's sake.
You
So
got to
this,
go on Fear Factor. We need to
yeah,
go to Fear Factor.
I don't want him to be scared of anything. So the other day, I forgot what we call them roly polies. They're like they're
Oh, the
little
little ball, the little ball. Yeah.
on the balls. And so
Uh-huh.
my friend had them and I didn't know he grabbed them. He says, hold on to this, Mom. And he threw them in my hands and they landed in my bag. I never went. There's roly poly carcasses in my bag. So
Oh my goodness.
I was like, oh, you got me by surprise.
Oh God, I would have never. Oh, I would have been screaming.
Yep. And he just went ahead and it's like nothing. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, babies, what is it? And I had my hand out like this and he was like, I went, ah!
That is too funny. Oh my goodness. Oh no, I would have scared. Oh my God. See, that's why I could. That's why no, I see people do outdoor events a lot. I'm okay on like the swarm of bees that came at me that one time. Oh my Lanta. Okay, I just can't do it. That's why I could never have no outdoor wedding. Plus the weather, you don't know what the weather's gonna be like. I'm just not. I'm an outdoors person, but then I'm kind of not. So I don't like creatures like that. I'm sorry. They're beautiful from a distance, but if they get up on me, like I can't go swimming with the dolphins. I can't go swimming with the sharks. No.
Mm,
Mm-mm.
no, no. I have to just be brave for my son so he won't be a chicken.
Yeah. Oh, like I had to do for my son at the butterfly exhibit here. You went to the zoo here before I said, oh my gosh. I pulled him through that thing so fast. He was little too. I don't even think he got to see. He blinked and he was out.
No, my son decided he wanted to do instead of like an ant farm, he wanted to do a roly poly farm. So I allowed him to take
Holy
them in
cow.
my house.
Wow. So he's got a roly poly farm.
Well, no, they're no longer alive. I don't know what to
I wonder what roly polies eat. I know that's a weird question, but I wonder what they eat.
do.
You need to get to another roly poly farm and try that again and do a video.
I
What
know.
are they? What do roly polies eat?
Put leaves out there and we put like oranges and it went to the orange, but I don't
So,
know.
so they bite, huh? See
But,
what I'm saying? If they can bite a leaf, honey, they got teeth.
but I think they all crawled out and I don't know where they went. So
Oh my goodness.
yeah, so I don't want to dig too much for them. So
I don't blame you.
what is that?
You got
Yes,
me.
sharks always wanted to see. I know. I woke up so early. I'm so used to waking up early, and it's like back to sleep. It's the weekend. Oh, they're vegans. Somebody said.
Oh, they're vegan, and so they get a taste of blood.
Yeah. No, we put we put like I said, the piece of orange And then I did different leaves
Fruit?
because I didn't.
They eat oranges?
They went to the orange, so I don't know if that killed them or they just appeared. I don't know.
Oh my god, I'm about to look that one up. That's
I
funny.
did very much. So
Like my son's tarantula, I don't think he fed that tarantula enough. Like we had so many crickets in there. It was so disgusting anyways. But I was like, that little thing, she didn't eat. I don't know.
no. I think my son wants either a hamster or something else.
Oh
I'm
no.
and the cat. I really get another cat than get a hamster or
You
a
had
bird.
a hedgehog here. I got a dog and I got I had a tarantula. Well, he had a tarantula and we got a guinea pig. I do like the guinea pig, surprisingly. I do love the guinea pig. So
Uh,
she's so sweet.
my niece had some, but hers always died. So.
Really, I hope Bradbury doesn't die. He's such a cool cat. So he's a cool little guinea pig.
No, her little hamster, the gerbil, I forgot which one it was. She gave it to me for like over the day, and I put it in its little ball and it was running. And the next day,
Next day he was dead. Oh my god.
but he was this fat. There was something
Really?
wrong with it.
Oh.
I mean, this fat, it was blown up. So I don't know. I
Oh
thought,
my
well, it's all exercise.
Oh my god. He got too big.
So I now don't want to have a gerbil or a hamster because I don't want to kill it.
You need to have that weight loss surgery.
Well, that's why I put it in the ball. I figured,
Yeah.
oh, let's get some exercise.
He said, that's too much. I can't take it too much. Oh my god, the poor thing.
So I'm better patient with humans than I am with the animals. Okay?
Oh yeah.
It says during drought periods, roly-poly behavior, hybrid behavior has been evidenced in roly-poly, shown to feed on carrots and some fruit, strawberries, carnivore tendencies.
What?
Carnivore tendencies means that they're eating
right?
meat. Yeah.
Oh, see, I told you they want mine to look at me, honey. See there?
Oh yeah.
If they got teeth and they eat vegetables, honey, they get hungry enough. I don't know. I don't know, honey. See? Mm-mm.
I have them in my house no more.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's scary. Mm.
Wake up and my little pinky toe is gonna be gone.
Yeah, they're like all on your bed, like, oh my god. Just like those moccasins I told you, the mock too, honey. Oh no, they try to get me.
No. I just started so funny when I saw your Instagram, on you stuck in the car. I've done that before, but I used to have the first job that I worked here. They have our garage, and there's bats in the garage.
Oh my gosh.
Know it until I went to go to my car. I put it this way: I was in my car. I had to get into the stairs to get out. I was stuck there ever because the bats were flying back and forth. I finally saw somebody come, and I ran to go with them, so this way I had a shield.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I would have been scared.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Batman left his baby outside my door. I do not like creatures like that. I'm sorry. I think every creature matters. Every creature matters. Just gotta keep your distance. It's called respect.
No, that's why afterwards I always parked out at the top, even though it was too hot. The car got hot and everything. At least I didn't have to at the back.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't care if it was hell enough. I know I'm going straight to the top.
Buddha is asking, so what you ladies doing after this live?
Asking what am I doing after this live?
Hmm.
Who is Buddha talking to?
He's asking, so what you ladies doing after the live?
Buddha, my love, I'm not doing anything. Honey, I'm gonna probably go jump back in the shower, take another shower, put on my pajamas, and get in bed. That's probably what I'm gonna do. That's it. Get some rest.
I am probably be taping because I got 5,000 boxes here.
Oh,
So
wow.
I have tape.
Time. I saw one of your videos of you showing all the stuff you have to unbox. But that seems like a lot of fun though.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna do probably coming up. I got 2 big baskets worth of items that I kind of like accumulated through some of the boxes. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna like live and show everybody some of the different things.
Mm-hmm. Gnats. Oh my God.
Oh, I hate those gnats.
Yes, they're like, my goodness.
We're here in well, at least in San Antonio. Go ahead and put out the fly, the it's like the twirly fly.
Oh, the
Sticky.
little. Mm-hmm.
Put it next to like your sink or put like a bottle like this. It
Uh-huh.
has like ice in it.
Uh-huh.
Put like a piece of banana or something on the sticky fly tape,
Uh-huh.
and then start accumulating onto it. And then they'll get stuck on that.
Oh, really? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that tomorrow then. Thank you.
Yeah, they're so annoying. I hate those things.
Yes. Oh my gosh. One time it got so bad, I'm so crazy. I actually bombed my house for gnats because they was like, oh my gosh, like they get really bad sometimes. And I'm like, I
Mm.
keep it clean, like, and you try to keep the fruit in the refrigerator, but they just, oh my answer. They get
There,
bad.
I make sure I double, close my breads
Uh-huh.
because I that if my son doesn't close it, right, they'll get
Uh-huh.
into the bread, and then I have to throw out the whole bread.
Yeah, they will. They will. It's,
Mm-hmm. It is
yes.
just out here. I don't know if it's what brings them.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody says that you should wash all your food in like vinegar and water
Mm-hmm.
and do it, and it helps.
Oh, really? I'm gonna try that then.
Yeah, I was like little things that I found. A lot of times I
Yes.
don't like bugs either.
Mhm. I see Buddha and Silly Mama. You guys are so awesome. I don't know who else is in the chat. I can't really see that well.
Uh, so they announced fireworks tomorrow, Silly Mama for Life. I told my mom, no, they're crazy because I live on the golf course. So golf course does it every year, and last year was canceled, and now it's not. I
Silly
think
Mama,
there's 2 fireworks here in San Antonio.
Silly Mama said nobody's gonna go see any fireworks. I'm not gonna go see any fireworks. House of X is still in the house. I'm not gonna go if I could see them from my back porch and it looked like it's gonna rain. You know how the San Antonio is, it's rain.
It
I
was
heard.
here.
Oh, really? It's so funny how I go from like that side of San Antonio, like Sam, all the way out to Church Cibolo, and it's like it'd be raining on that side, and it's so funny. But I wonder if it's gonna rain. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. There's a chance that it might rain tomorrow, so we'll see. But I know people gonna be still out there popping stuff, honey.
Buddha had a question for you.
Yes.
Just how did Tiffany get courage to write everything?
How did what?
How did Tiffany get the courage to write about everything?
To write about everything. I think I know I sound like a broken record. I'm so sorry. What really encouraged me was when I got sick. Well, after I had started writing, but when I decided to tell everything is when I got sick, and I was like, oh no, like you know, my life. I felt like my life flashed before me, and it was so much. And I was like, I need to get all my stories up. I got so much I want to share with the world, you know, laughter, cries, and encourage people. So it made me want to tell my story. So get my life out there, my story, my testimony, and to help others. Because I realized how many secrets I had and how much I've held in all these years. And I just wanted to share my story and hopefully encourage other people to not be afraid, you know, not be afraid. People are, some people are experts at putting up a good front, like covering up and hiding stuff. You know, they might act like they're all perfect. Oh, it's peaches and creams, but you know, life is not perfect. Things happen in life. You know, some people might be, if you blessed, if you ain't never had nothing happen, that's a blessing. But for the most part, people go through stuff, and I just wanted to get my story out there and hopefully help others. So, because I've held a lot in for many years, many years, and I was always embarrassed, wondering, you know, I was always kind of like quiet, afraid of what people might think of me, or you know, just afraid. And honey, if y'all can't tell now, I'm just like I don't. I'm at the point now where I don't give a any like life is it's life. It's called life. So.
No, it takes a lot of courage, you know, just to put everything out there, and you put everything out there.
Yeah, and not everybody is as strong. Like just because I am don't mean the next person can. You always want to reach out to someone when they're down because you never know what can take someone over the edge. So just because I'm or you know you made it through or you're tough cookie don't mean the next person is as strong. That's why you try to be kind and encourage people as much as you can. So
Yeah, no, it's definitely true. It's just like everybody goes through things differently, and
mhm.
it's nice to know somebody's gone out there and has gone so far and overcome so much and accomplished so much. So it's just,
Oh, you're so awesome. You're so
yeah.
awesome. We're gonna have to talk later too. We might have to do some little shows or something together. I'm gonna mind having you come on my platform. So I'm gonna interview you, honey. So we're gonna have to talk about this if you don't mind.
I
Yeah.
think so. Like how I am too, but I'm getting it went up. Getting to the point where I don't care either because I spend so much time worrying about what others think, but they are doing what they want.
Okay. I am getting to the point where I don't care either because I spend so much time worrying about what others think. But yeah, silly mama, he is so awesome, such a beautiful person. This is
Mm.
another thing. Listen, I don't know if you believe or not, but you gotta remember there's people that didn't like Jesus, didn't like God, honey. And there's so many people in this world that, you know, hate people for silly things, like the silliest things. We have to always know that we cannot please the world. There's going to always be people who don't like us, or, you know, don't live your life trying to please nobody but yourself. You know, if you have kids, of course, you take care of your kids to raise them, honey. Once they're grown, let them go, honey. But you still gonna always be mama. But what I'm saying is, live your life for you. You cannot live your life, or else we will not make it in this world. Like I think back to all the times that people say, "Oh, you're not going to make it. Oh, you're not going to do this." Oh, like even my book, I heard people say, "Oh, your book's not going to do this. Your book's not going to do that. You're never going to be smart. You're never going to go to college. You're never going to, never. You're going to always be broke. You're going to always you can't live your life off of trying to please everybody else and what everybody else thinks about you. Like I say, don't give a hoot nanny, honey. Live your life for you because before you know it, we're gonna be 108 years old. Be happy. Live for you. Don't give a hoot nanny what other people think. Be respectful, you know, or else if you're nasty people, nasty is gonna come to you. It's gonna come to you regardless, but it'll come to you even more. But just live for you and be you. That's the best thing I can say. Because if you try to please the whole world, honey, you're gonna be stressed for the rest of your life. Do not worry about what other people think about you. As long as you know you're doing right for you, keep it moving. Don't worry about what other people think. People will always talk. And it's the day they stop talking about you is when you worry. Live for you. And that's where I'm at in the point in my life. That's why I wrote my story. I was like, I don't care. People judge me, people talk, because you know what? Because most of them don't know. You know what I put in that book? I'm telling you my story, so I don't give a hoot in. Talk all you want. I'm giving them something to talk about. Hopefully, I can encourage people. That's my goal. But what I'm saying, don't worry about what other people think about you. You live for you and your happiness. They don't give a hoot, Nanny. Obviously, they're talking bad about you, so don't let them bother you. Block them and keep it moving. Don't get me
Yeah.
on here preaching, honey. Don't get me preaching, honey. Don't worry about other people. Mm-mm.
That is, you know, please every, and you know, it's, you just have to do what you have to do. You do you, and you know, and somebody's not gonna like it, and this person
Yeah.
will like it, and you know, you just do what you
Can't try
have to do.
to please the world. Somebody's gonna always be unhappy with you. You could be the nicest person in the world. Somebody gonna find something to say. Oh, that's ugly. Oh, you too dark. You too light. Oh, you ain't got no teeth. Oh, you too fat. You too small. You too. Oh, you mean or you stupid. It's gonna always be something. Somebody's gonna be a Debbie Downer or negative. Pray for them and keep it moving. Okay, well, that's why you don't live your life pleasing other people. Live for you.
I mean, just like they say, it's, you have to deal with the consequences of the things that you do. So
Yeah.
you make that decision, you do what's right for you. At the
Mhm.
end, the only person you then will be able to say, "Oh, I should have done this, should have done that," it's going to be yourself. You just go with the path that you think that's for you. You know,
Yeah.
just as long as you have your big girl panties on, and you can be like, "Okay, well, I made the left instead of right." I mean, it's just like, you gotta take responsibility for the things that you do, not what
Mhm.
everybody does. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing, and people know I don't be, I put all that drama and said, well, if you don't like me, listen, don't bother me, I won't bother you, honey. I'm cool with it. I don't hold grudges, and I don't hold grudges. You can still come on live, as long as you're respectful, then you won't get blocked, honey. But I'm cool with everybody. I try to be cool with everybody. Life is too short. We already got enough battles right here on this earth to be battling on YouTube and to be worried about what people are saying about us. You're beautiful, silly mama. Honey, you need to come hang with me, honey. I'm a teacher. Uh, I'm gonna have some shirts made. I don't give a hoot, nanny, honey. Don't give a hoot, nanny. Okay, keep it moving. Keep it moving.
I have some coworkers and stuff. Well, I work in a department that's within another department, and
Mhm.
the other girls think I'm a little rough, you know, because I'll just tell you, no, I don't have that appointment. And
Yeah.
but I'm still, I know they don't like me, but I have to work with. All
Yeah.
right, I will be courteous. I'll be nice to you. I'll hear them snickering sometimes, but it's like at the end of the day, I'm going home to my son. I'm
Mhm.
enjoying myself. I'm not going to let it ruin the rest of my day because you don't like me personally. Well, you're not my best person either. But I will still say hello to you. Good
Mhm.
night. You know, be pleasant.
Yeah, and that's it, and that's how you kill the goose with kindness, honey. Because at the end of the day, when you act a donkey and you all you just showing them is that they succeeded, they got to you. Okay, just like what I said with the thumbs down, I don't give a hoot damn about no thumbs down, honey, or whatever else. You know, it's too many other things in life that we can be worried about. Silly mama, you are such a beautiful person. I've told you before, honey. Live for you. Stop, ask yourself, you worrying about what everybody else thinks or trying to please everybody, what is that doing for you? Nothing. You're stressed and you're still in the same spot. Don't let it go, honey. You are such a beautiful person. Live for you and watch how much your life changed for the better. I'm through with them days. Those
Yeah.
days are over. I used to be like that. I used to be just like that. She reminds me of me. I don't know how old she is. I'm guessing a lot younger than me. Um, so she looks a lot younger than me. She's beautiful, honey. But honey, let it go. We got too many other battles in this life to be worried about what that people think. I'm not no longer gonna hold myself. That's another, and I talk a lot about that in my book too. You know, so afraid of what other people are gonna think and say. No, don't worry about what they say. If people try to live their lives and also live yours, how was
Mm,
that? No, you live your own life.
yeah. Because look, right now you're so worried about it, and they're not even you're not even. You are so preoccupied worrying about what they're thinking, but right now they're doing their own stuff, and they're not even thinking about you. So don't even waste.
They succeeded. They done struck your nerve or got you. No, no, no. And they over there probably sipping tea, coffee, or beer, whatever else they drinking, honey. No.
Yeah,
Uh-uh.
like you can't please all the people all the time. It's just
Yeah.
like it's life. Some people click, some people don't. Some
Mm-hmm.
people want you to do this, to do that. You have to do you.
Yeah.
I mean, still got to be a good human being and still be kind of it, but got to do you.
Yeah. Do you? Can't do you and do me too. Okay, no. You live your life. You live your life the way you want to, and I'm gonna live my life the way. So funny how people live their life and then they want to try to live yours. No, 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 none of that. Live your life and don't worry about what nobody else thinks.
Yep. It's like it's I'm not even thinking about it right now. They're
Mm-hmm.
not thinking
Yeah. Oh, and I hate it when it's like that to the word. But you know what? It's like you say, we see we got too much other stuff. It's whatever. You keep doing you and do your job in and out. Well, we're not trying to be besties at work, just in and out, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
That's like okay.
mm-hmm.
I, I've always learned, and it's kind of weird because I'm like that giver. You know, I'm not always a taker, I'm more of a giver. And
Mm-hmm.
I've learned that especially in a job situation,
Mm-hmm.
you're there to work, not to make friends. You know, it's nice to make friends, but you're there to work, not to make friends. And, you know, you're there for a long time during the day because you spend more time at work than you
Yeah.
but you know, I'm there to do my job, I'm there to get paid, I'm there to help out my patients, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and get the job done.
Yeah. I will say, working most of the jobs I've had, I've met a lot of wonderful people that have become like family. And like I say in my book, if you read my chapter, especially my cancer journey when I was working at the hospital, like it was such an amazing, like even people that didn't like me came to me. So that just goes to show too, things happen for a reason in life. Still be kind to people and it just keep it moving. At the end of the day, keep it moving. Not everybody's gonna be nice to you. So yeah, and you're right. You don't go to work looking for besties. If it happens, it happens. But honey, we gotta keep it real.
I mean, I have the group of girls that are within my job, my immediate, we're
Mhm.
all very good friends.
Yeah.
So I lucked out with really good girls. So,
Every
and we
once in
have,
a while, you get that shift of the people like you don't really care for them. Like, oh, but the most important thing is taking care of your patients. And hey, as long as we can do that, that's the most important thing. Do our shift and we're out. So do you work 12-hour shifts?
no, now I'm in the clinic in non-invasive cardiology.
Okay, okay.
So,
Wow.
but I work on the floors for 12-hour shifts.
Oh, I did that. Oh, I don't miss that at all. These gnats are irritating. I did that for years. Yeah, it was. I don't miss the 12-hour shifts.
I have to say that I have an appreciation. I've always put it this way. A lot of nurses they have that attitude to medical assistants. Well, you're just a medical assistant. I am a nurse. And I
Oh,
think some medical assistants have the same theory from a CNA, which is a certified nursing assistant. Oh,
mm-hmm.
certified nursing assistant. And when I worked on the floors, these women are amazing. The
Yeah,
thing, some of these women were 10, 12 years older than me, and they were hustling, they got stuff done, and I'm sitting there just trying to catch up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the things that these girls do is
yeah,
just amazing. I have so much respect for the girls up on the floor
yeah.
that I mean, I can't say. I mean, but you have
The knowledge. A lot of times nurses, some of them get too cocky, but a lot, for the most part, a lot of them do realize that it takes a team, and a lot of those CNAs know a lot, honey. Like they should have just been nurses because taking vitals. I did that for. I talk about that in my chapter. I've done it for over 12 years. Taking vitals, you and you learn the vitals or you learn your patients. So when the vitals, drop or spike or whatever, sepsis, all you begin to learn your patient and know when there's something going on. And I think CNAs and CMAs, especially CNAs, are underpaid. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say that. Like the work, and I'm gonna say me too because I've done it for how long. The work that they do is just I mean, the only thing they don't do is pass the medication. Like we've had to help clean wounds and all the other stuff, and it's a lot. Foley's and all kind of stuff. So colostomy bags and it's amazing, like you say, some of the older women, like a coworker I talked about her in my book too, about she was about like 70 something years old and she worked circles around me. Oh my God. And the knowledge that she had, I learned so much from her. So much. And all the nurses used to come to her, a lot of them would ask her questions, because she knew everything. Because she was like, only thing she didn't do was give medication. I was like, she called it. She did say that now. She sure did. Like she was awesome. She was awesome. And so are you. Like so are you. But I think CNA, especially the CNAs, they need to get paid more money. I'm sorry. Like
yeah, definitely
I
do.
work as a CNA, I'm a CMA like you, but I worked as a CNA at the hospital for years and I just don't think that they got paid enough money. I
No,
really I can't, but I'm nobody, so
you do all the vitals, you do all the drains, you do all
mhm.
the string, you help
Gee,
bathe the patient, get them dressed, give them their food, you
yes.
clean rooms, do the bed. I mean,
Walk yeah. Like
that,
MJ,
yeah. I mean,
yeah,
there is so much more on the floor that it's the nurse is only there to give them medicine.
yeah, exactly. Like we had to do everything, and sometimes I would be on the floor with like 20 something patients, and it's just me on the floor, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Like
Oh yeah.
it's work. You have to love what you do. You have to love it because it's not. But you know what? It was such a blessed experience, though, and so humbling. There was some days though where I was like, "Oh Lord."
Yeah.
But I was even work at one point working the desk and the floor at the same time. And I was like, but they really need to look at that because, to me, that's kind of dangerous. It's kind of dangerous, because I think the patient doesn't get as much focus as they need. Like if I can become an advocate and talk about like I would change a lot of stuff about the medical field. I truly would, I'm not planning on being a nurse no more. I praise all the ones that's working in the medical field like that now, but it's a lot of work. It really truly is. And hands down to everyone that's doing it is much respect. I did it for shucks all the way up until 2018. And it took a lot out on me. And I couldn't keep up. You know how it is on the floor. I couldn't keep up after my surgery. I wasn't able physically to keep up with the floor anymore. Because there's a lot. Call lights going off, patients, the bells are going off, and then you got your high risk patients, and then you have your isolation patients, and it's just a lot. It was a lot. You have feeders, and it was just what you got. You got two CHG bags to do, 4 or 5. Everybody going to surgery, and it was like, oh my lord. But
Yep.
it was work. Yes, it was a lot.
It's a lot of work. I appreciate it so much that I went from the clinic to the floors and then I back to the clinic. But I am happy for the experience because I learned a lot. I have a lot of more appreciation for the girls. And I've been able to see the different areas of healthcare. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
it's just like, I miss it sometimes. I miss that how much you help. Like in my clinic, we're more diagnostic. Right, you don't
Mm-hmm.
have a big connection with patients. I do miss that.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're there for some time you got to know them, got to meet them, you know. I do miss that part, but I miss, you know, unfortunately trying to clean, you know, wash somebody who's 350 pounds and you're trying to roll them down.
Oh, yes, by yourself. Oh, yeah. I remember those days. Then they need cream and all this other stuff. Oh, my God.
For it anymore.
And make the bed at the same time. You got to clean them and then make the bed by yourself. They're like 400 or 500 pounds. And it was, I could not keep up anymore. I couldn't. I was like, I can't. But
And
shout out to what you're doing.
I've had patients that you go ahead and after you're rolling them and you're gonna sweat and everything, and you finally get her 2 seconds later, they dirty up.
Yeah. That probably happened too. Being in a room for like forever and your call lights are going off and it's like, oh my gosh, you go out there, your trays are still out there and you get passed out. It's like, oh my gosh. And everyone, I've had a time where all of my patients were isolation patients. And you know how that is. And I'm like, okay, you got to gown up, you know, safety first. And it's just, it's a lot. So shout out to everybody that's in the medical field. My hands, nothing but respect for you. I truly, and if I could change it, honey, the CNAs will be getting more money. That's all I got to say.
Oh yeah, I definitely do think they need more props than what they're getting now.
Yeah, yeah. So they have the nurses league, they have the doctors, you got physicians, but they really need to, I think, do more for CNAs and CMAs. Anybody out there working as a CNA, they need to really give them their props. And I think they need a little bit more respect. And I know a lot of people do respect, you know, a lot of nurses do realize, but I'm talking about pay wise as well. Pay your CNA because they do a lot. Only thing they don't do is pass out medication. They do help out with wounds and stuff. They do help people clean them and do bed baths, THCs. They do. We did everything but pass medication, everything.
So they don't get the respect. Right? That's why I like one of the hospitals that UT Health that's here because I work with the hospital. And with University Hospital, we have different colors for different stuff. So people could distinguish a nurse from a tech, you know, where at UT Health, the nurses, the techs, everybody wears the same colors. And I think I appreciate that better than separating. I knew some doctors that would see their color and they would just walk by to go to one of the nurses. But little do you know, they have to come back to me question.
They look down on it. Yeah, they look down at you. I'm like, really? Like, yeah.
Like, I love being on the floors. I had to stop because at the time I was getting divorced. And my ex-husband did not got my son in enough time. I had to leave my shift, come home before my sister left to pick up my son.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I said I had to do the 9 to 5.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. Let's see.
It has been fun. Did anyone have any more questions?
I'm seeing, does anybody have any more questions for Tiffany?
You know, it's the 4th of July weekend. I'm gonna let everybody get out there and have their fun. Y'all stay safe though. Please. They ain't only firecrackers. They shooting off them rifles and stuff too. So
yes, definitely. Thank you for coming by. Everyone, you need to go ahead and get her book. The link has been dropped throughout the chat. It is such a great book. Like I said, I like this format that you did on the book. It's kept me wanting to read the whole thing. And I read this really fast, you guys. That's how.
And if I'm long, I want to say one thing real quick. Miss Anita, I see Miss Anita in here. I love you so much, Miss Anita. Thank you so much for coming in. Silly Mom, my house of extra. You guys, Jaden, everybody has been so amazing. Buddha, everybody that came in, thank you so much for the love and support. I saw Miss Anita come in. Hello, Anita. Give a shout out to her. She knows I love her. So thank you guys for the love and support. House of Edits, Miss Anita, everybody. Thank you.
Yes, thank you everybody for coming. Thank you. Make sure if you don't have Tiffany, you go ahead and connect with her.
And thank you, Mr. Mom and Son. This was a fun, awesome interview. You're so beautiful, so amazing. I love you, and thank you for inviting me to your platform and letting me share your story.
I'm waiting for us to get together and we'll have our group.
Yes, I'm gonna have to do that. Yes, and Silly Mama, you too, honey. Yes.
Thank you everybody for coming. I hope everybody has a great, wonderful day. Just to let everybody know, next week I'm going to be interviewing. I don't have anybody for next week. So if anybody's, make sure you on Instagram. But I do after that have Brianna Diana Fairchild and Corinne. And then I'm also going to have the How To Lady. So those are my next. I have Jeanette from Jeanette's Corner. I'm interviewing. I'm like almost booked until August.
That's good, good. Well,
And I giveaway. Everybody, make sure you go to my giveaway video and enter 2 winners. So make sure you enter up on that.
Yes, yes.
But thank you everybody for coming by. Thank you for being such a great host. I'm sorry everybody about my mic. That sounds terrible. I definitely get it fixed before my next interview. Yes, have a happy birthday. Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Have a good night.
Thank you again, everybody, for stopping by. Oh, the noise stopped. I enjoyed having this interview. Yes, I hope everybody stays safe tomorrow, especially with the fireworks and everything going off. Just, be careful out there. And I will see everybody on my next video. I have a couple of uploads coming up. But remember, enter the giveaway. 2 winners, 1 skincare, 1 full makeup. So, and it's going to be here within the US and Canada. So this way. Woohoo. And then I will be doing another giveaway next month, especially for my birthday month. I'll be doing Jeffree Star palettes. So make sure you hit that notification bell. So everybody enjoy your 4th of July, and I will see you on my next video. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.